Hello, this is Jess. This is day 142, or I'm sorry, 141. This is day 141, May 20th, 2020. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to. Now I'll fix it later. I just realized I put the wrong date on the video from yesterday, so I'll fix it here in a minute. Went out to Ten Killer Lake area around here. Hiked a little bit. Found it pretty cool. Running creek, river, whatever. Pretty cool. Just hiked around. Got some nature. It was good. Played a couple of rounds of our 6th course on our frisbee golf today. Nothing fancy, just places we pick, throw the frisbee to, and whoever gets the lowest points, at the end wins. So it's pretty fun. And let's see what else. Yeah, the weather was fantastic. Sunny most of the day, clouds here and there, but mostly sunny. So it was a good thing. It's great to be alive. This shelter-in-place nonsense, I'm not trying to be wrong, it's shelter-in-place. I guess is a serious thing, and what are you going to do? Best you can, I guess, right? That's what we all should at least try to do our best in everything that we attempt, like combing your hair. That's my problem right there. No, but just in the scheme of the 7 billion people that are on the planet that we call home, in the realm of 5 miles from where you are, that would be considered the core of your. And this is all theoretical. I'm not no expert, but that would be your core for your your strongest ability to be your best, and to familiarity would make you more confident and things like that in that area. And as it expands out, it lessens, and the people that you would be close to lessen as well. Not really sure where I was heading with this. It was some kind of analogy, but apparently it came through, and the subway left, and I wasn't on it. My mind wasn't either. So we'll change that subject. We hear and people say that Christ forgives them, of their sins and stuff, and that's great. I really hope that people are right when they say those kind of things. My concern is that it's abused in the principle of humanity. The religion is, in my opinion, damning itself, because too many people come out and say, "Oh, Christ and He forgives me for my sins, and therefore I don't have any problems. Everything's good." Then they turn around and start trying to oppress people with their ideology of how they think it should be in their world. It's not in the world of Christ at that point. It's in the world of the person that's saying, well, they shouldn't be here. They don't belong here. Nowhere when Christ was around did he say that to anybody. I challenge anyone to look in their Bible and to tell me where he said, "Hey, these people don't belong here. We should get them away from here." Now, all his disciples, sure, they were human, right? If God is Christ-like, and Christ-like, God is Christ, Christ is God. Pretty, it's just a tough argument. There's no right. I'm not trying to change somebody and say, oh, you're wrong for being a Christian or you're right for not being a Christian or anything. I'm just trying to understand where the disconnect comes in, what the whole philosophy and foundation of what Christianity is about. Um, I'm no preacher. I'm no ordained priest. I'm no nothing. I'm just some guy that's sitting out here, and no, I'm not from China. But I'm sitting out here and on this day in this place, here in this chair, um, asking, can any of the people that feel that somebody else is trying to steal their stuff away from them through the the area, just say in the area of aid, public aid, um, that they people cry and say, well, damn, it's not fair. I work and work and work and work, and I make this much money, and I got to pay all my stuff, and on and on, right? Okay, so I understand. You have to work, and you got to work and work and work, and you got to get all your money. You got to pay all this stuff, and that includes a home, a car, your phone, your TV, satellite, whatever, computer, accessories, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever you call the modern conveniences that we have. And then I'm sure a moderate amount of money would be affixed to clothing, and outrageous price clothing, nothing cheap, outrageously priced clothing. And then a lot of fast food, because we all work all the time, so we don't have a set schedule, so we pick up stuff whenever it's cool. We have the money, we work hard, right? We have the money, we go eat and do things. And then you would really be not, and it's your money. Do with what you want, but you don't save it. Just to say, this is all theoretical. So you don't save it, and then now at the end of the month, there's something you couldn't go do with the fellas or with the gals or whatever because your money ran out. All your bills were paid. You didn't really sacrifice anything on your eating habits or your clothing. You have good clothes, whatever, but you just ran out. All the bills took everything. So now you're pissed off. And then you turn around and you see someone who has 2 kids, and right or wrong, I don't want to hear all the bullshit on the side. This is a straight illustration of the different realities. She has 2 children, 2 and 4, a lot of intensive parental controls needed at those ages, a lot of intensive caring for these children. And don't get me wrong, some women have 2 kids and they go to work every day. I'm not sure how sometimes the kids fare, but that's what some women are that driven. Some women aren't. But anyway, so she's going to opt out of working because she has these 2 kids. However it occurred, I don't want to hear the bullshit. And so now she's taking care of them, and so she applies for public aid, which is there. It's offered. And she gets approved for, $400 a month in cash or whatever, and $400 a month in food stamps, and whatever, all the duplas, right? So she gets a place, and it's what they call Section 8, based on her income, which is nothing. She gets her 2-bedroom apartment for real cheap, like minimal, let's just say, $70 is what she pays. The government picks up the rest. She just has the money that's in the account for, now think about this, in the account for all the clothing, her utility bills, and her $70 in monthly rent. And she makes, basically she gets, I guess it's, $400, so you figure it goes out. She runs out of money too, but she doesn't have the money for a car. She gets stuck. She can't get out of this rut. Well, see, that's where the disconnect comes. The understanding. There's more of, hey, this bum, she's not doing shit, versus this guy who works all the time, or this girl that works all the time. And I don't even know where I want to end up with this, except that we can all step back and, instead of being angry, just look at everything without having any preconceived crap that's been laid out before you by everyone. Use your head, be smart, try to understand, and if you worried about somebody that's cheating, report it. Do what you're gonna do. But if you're worried about someone and you can help them, help them. That's always the best route. Be kind and help where you can. That's Christianity. I'm not saying let them roll over you and you do without. Now, Jesus would. He said if they don't have a jacket, fucking give them one. If you have, where's yours? You have, well, give them it off your back. Now, is that extreme? Maybe. Is it Christianity in the Bible? Sure. They say, he says it. Tunic, I don't know, what that necessarily is. I call it a jacket, simplicity. I'm not against anybody believing in any God or any entity that gives them strength and a sense of direction and maybe a sense of goodness even. Because I'm not anyone to tell anybody else how to believe about anything. I have trouble keeping up with, wearing my glasses every morning or whatever. So every time we say something that's not uplifting about someone, we're maybe hurting ourselves and not giving ourselves that chance to be free of all that negativity that we spit out every day. And it might bridge the gap between the girl that's struggling, can't afford a car, and the guy that's working all the time, runs out of money at the end of the month, and can't go golfing. We can all sort of come together in the middle. I think there's a fair and equitable way to ensure that no one's necessarily being abused by working all the time, and no one's getting all the relaxation and luxury of being off all the time and having money to party and shit. There is a middle road in every area of anything that can be brought to the table to discuss. There's a middle road, and most people are kind, I think. Now they lose sight of that when they start down playing and putting down people and saying crap, and there's no correct path that I can tell anybody to follow. I can only follow the path that I choose is correct for me, and I do what I want, not to hurt anyone else, not to be better than anybody else, but to be better for myself. I believe in total hands off of other people's things. So when they say they want to do something, or they believe something, or I believe in that's their right, and I should not be adding anything negative to somebody's belief about something, even if I don't believe it to be true. I still should not put that negativity on the table. That's just my opinion. Now, is it wrong to lie and say no? But I think there comes a time for talk when, about things that are private matters, that you want to talk about behind closed doors and different shit. But in a general sense, every person, if they could just take an hour's worth of time, and every time they spoke, record it, and then play it back and see how many times anything's negative on there, it would change your life. In an hour's time, we can probably spew out a lot of negativity. And sometimes we're say, oh, you shouldn't go do that, don't be stupid, go to school. You are right there, you call somebody stupid, the negative crap of you deciding what they should do. instead of encouraging them to, go for it, go for the big stuff. It's very difficult. Very difficult for me to understand why anybody wants to impose anything that isn't in the good direction for somebody else when they probably can't take care of themselves. I know I can't take care of myself like that. It's the best I can do is guide myself. I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm not no genius. I ain't no person to have a plan for everybody. I got a plan for myself. And if I could ever get, it's when I can get in the situation, then I can lay out a helping hand program maybe for others, and do some things that I would find important. But you can't do things unless you have stuff to do it with, right? You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, I'm 16 minutes in. I'm rambling on. It's Wednesday night. It's about 10 o'clock, I'd say. Just talking, chatting, doing this shelter in place stuff. Still, we're semi open in operation. Went out, like I said, to the lake today. Hiked around. It was a nice day. See you tomorrow.